I mean, yes, I go to the Superman movie. I want to see Superman. I think this is where Superman Returns got it a little bit wrong. They didn't focus on Superman enough. Hey everyone, Andrew here, Melbourne Superman, super fit cosplay, and I wanted to come on and talk a little bit about the James Gunn Superman movie coming out July 11th, 2025. So, as you know, filming has wrapped, so they've headed into post-production, which is really exciting because now we are going to get closer and closer and closer to seeing some kind of a trailer or more actual official photos. And I'm really excited about that because obviously up until now we've seen just leaked things and we haven't really been able to get our heads around what exactly is that we are seeing. So what I want to talk about is the top 5 things why I think the James Gunn Superman movie is actually going to be really, really awesome. Suit aside, which we still don't know what it's really going to look like on camera because, you know, post-production effects, all that good stuff. I still do think that there is some good things about the suit and I'm very excited about it. I am getting a couple of different versions of those suits coming soon, so be sure to check out the reviews for those. So we're gonna get right into this. I'm really excited. So number 5, James Gunn himself. Like, I know a lot of you are kind of angry about the fact that he's a Marvel guy and he's going to try to turn it into the Avengers or the Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever. A lot of that has come across on the costume talk. But you know what? James Gunn's actually like, he's a Superman fan. Like, he's an actual Superman fan. And that was the problem, I think, with the Snyder stuff, as a lot of people were not really happy with the fact that Zack Snyder, or as they perceived that Zack Snyder didn't really understand the characters. So James Gunn, who's a true Superman fan, like, he loves the Superman mythos. He actually turned down a Superman film a few years ago because he didn't think that he could do it justice, no pun intended. And I think, I'm going to guess that that was the project that J.J. Abrams at one point was attached to that just kind of went nowhere. But he has said, as a quote, about people coming to see his Superman movie, maybe they feel a little bit more hopeful about what the world can be from when they walked in. So right there, so many people have said, we need more hope, we need more like that feeling with Superman. That sounds to me like that's the direction he's going to go. So I'm really excited to see what James Gunn does with it. Number 4, it's not an origin story. We've gotten so many origin stories over the years that it kind of gets like, okay, how many times are we going to look at the planet Krypton being destroyed? We get it, we know it, that's how it happens. Same with Batman, right? I'm not throwing shade at Batman, but every movie we need to see how his parents die. We get it. Can't we just start a movie with that not being? I mean, I guess that's not fair. That's kind of the whole point. That's why he's Batman. So you know what? Forget it. But also, it's going to be good to not see, not that it's a waste of time, but we get it. We get where Superman comes from. We don't need to spend 45 minutes in Krypton or on Krypton understanding that. We get it. We might get some flashbacks. Obviously, we're going to get some stuff as for young Clark. But this allows for a completely new story. When Man of Steel came out, when Superman 1978 came out, they're kind of... they're the same story in different ways. They come to Earth because Krypton was destroyed, and they find their way, and this is where we're at. So maybe we're going to see some really already developed characters, and I'm really excited about that. Number 3, David Cornsweet. Dude looks like Superman. Okay? Say what you will about anybody, but David Cornsweet kind of is he's like a combination of Henry Cavill, Christopher Reeve, and David Cornsweet. He's got the perfect look. He's got that innocent look, that Kansas sort of corn sweat look. And we've seen the pictures of him as Superman and as Clark, and whatever they're doing with that crazy wig, we're going to see a real difference between Superman and Clark, I feel. And I feel like it's not going to depend on the Cary Grant-esque version that we saw with Christopher Reeve, which I love. A lot of people don't like that, but I love it. And the guy can obviously act. He's studied at Juilliard. Not that doesn't necessarily mean that you can act. People can go to acting school, whatever. But I feel like we're going to see some good acting chops come out of this guy. Number 2, the comic influence. So that's always been such a big thing for fans. Is they want to see more of the comic influence in it. So James Gunn is taking his influence a little bit from All-Star Superman, apparently, allegedly, and Superman for All Seasons. So the good thing about this is these two comics to me are actually really great because they're very different from a lot of the other comics. So All-Star Superman, obviously, it's about the superhero moments versus being human and sort of like the struggle between your human world and your Kryptonian heritage and what that actually means, because it's not really explored so much all the time. So this comic, to me, All-Star Superman, one of my favorites, is like one of the ones that sort of really led the way and pioneered that let's see what Superman's all about rather than just watch him fly and be strong. Superman for All Seasons, we are focusing more on Clark, and I think that that is going to be a little bit of what we do in this movie, and I feel like that's a good idea. Like, I love Superman and Lois, the new TV show with Tyler Hoechlin, and I think I love it because it doesn't just focus on Superman, it also focuses on Clark. I mean, yes, I go to the Superman movie, I want to see Superman. I think this is where Superman Returns got it a little bit wrong. They didn't focus on Superman enough, or at least the way that they did it didn't really gel. But I think if we can do that, if we can focus a little bit more on Clark and bring the Superman in it and find that kind of right balance, I think it's going to be great. And then number one, it's like a fresh start. It's a completely fresh start. I know reboots and remakes and all this and that, they get old after a while, but I'm like excited. Like, we have such a taste in our mouth from the Snyderverse. And there's so many different takes on this. It's like, is it good that it's done? Is it not good that it's done? Is it actually coming back via Netflix or something? Who knows? But my personal opinion is I don't believe that the Snyderverse is actually going to conclude anytime soon. What do you think? Comment down below. I know a few of you have strong feelings on this. But this, I feel, is going to be, not to bring it back to Marvel, but I'm hoping it's going to be like the Iron Man to the DCU, where it kickstarts everything. And maybe eventually we see a true Kingdom Come version from David Cornswell, where he's got the Black Shield. Who knows what we're going to see? Multiverse. We've got, obviously, plenty of characters coming into this movie, which I'm still not sold on, but we're going to see where it goes. So those are my top 5 reasons why I think this movie is actually going to be really awesome. What do you think? Are you excited? Are you angry? Are you a little bit worried? What do you think is going to happen? Comment down below. Let me know. Now, look, thank you so much for watching this video. Again, remember, I've got videos on Superman, pop culture, fitness, cosplay, everything in between. I'm sure I can find a niche for you. Make sure you check out my membership options. They start at $2.99 a month, and they get you access, early access, and access to footage that's not actually released to the public. Make sure you follow me at Melbourne Superman on Instagram. And if you did like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that notifications bell, ding, ding. Let me know if you made it to the end, and I will catch you next time.